are conceding that the purpose of this debate should be about the liberation of the oppressed. Our 1AC proved that in order to achieve the liberation of the oppressed, we need to bring the violence against women into the public sphere. We've proven that they make this absolutely impossible because they replace this question with the question of whether or not the federal government has the authority, because they force us to always center the debate around the Supreme Court and this notion of fiat. Our purpose should precede everything, because this is, they've conceded that the purpose should be the liberation of the oppressed. Next, they said that we hurt our purpose because by defining body theater, we lead to the regulation of what body theater is. However, this is just not true. Our Deshays evidence says that we need to display the body in violence in order to subvert that kind of violence. They never displayed violence against women, which means they can't subvert violence against women. We're not telling them what the body is. We're not telling them what theater is. We can give them that they're body theater, but their body theater can't accomplish good means if it doesn't display violence against women, which they've never claimed to display. In addition, we've turned this back. Our Deshays evidence proves that we can, our Deshays evidence has put that we transgress the rules of normative bodies. This is a direct answer. In addition, we can recognize that the body is empowered by recognizing that they are a side of political contestation that we need to contest. Our Rahan evidence says that the use of the body for political change can counter processes of socio-engineering. They never show you how their use of the body can accomplish any political change, which is why they don't access our evidence. This is not us being exclusive. This is them not making any arguments, very literally. And they pull through their cloud evidence. However, we've also proven how Deshays proves that we meet what their cloud evidence is talking about. We are political. We allow real change by empowering the body. This only demonstrates how they're separating theory and action. Next, on the overrule. First, pull through that the purpose of this debate needs to be to bring violence against women to the public sphere. They could never allow this at the point where they always force us to attach our question of whether this violence should be allowed to the question of whether or not the federal government has the authority. The fact that they collapse our purpose is the most important thing you need to look to when rejecting their interpretation. This purpose precedes education, because what the heck are we educating ourselves to do? Their education, they say it's for argumentative education. They don't even tell you what that can ever accomplish. We think that education should only be valuable if it can help us work towards the liberation of the oppressed, which only our education in this debate round can do. They say, furthermore, we're meeting their definition. They say that this court ruling is composed of two parts. That doesn't mean we need to overrule both parts. People always just pick little subsets of the topic. The fact that it's composed of both does not mean we need to overturn both. We do overturn the reasons, and that is good enough in overturning the decision. By ruling that women should not be moved to the margins of economies of power, we essentially overrule Morrison. This is enough in order to give them a ground. They've conceded that the standard out of the 2AC, that the standard we should evaluate this debate on should be germaneness. We are germane because we are connected to the Morrison decision. They said it's not fair to make them argue against whether or not women should matter. However, they can do this through providing alternatives, other ways to make women matter. They don't have to take morally reprehensible positions. And they make an argument that, we need competing interpretations and that a fair debate should be the prerequisite to liberation. However, they've conceded all of my partner's argument about why their fairness doesn't even make sense. The fairness that they tout consists of rules that claim to be objective, but in reality only serve to reinforce elitism. This is proven by the structure of debate currently, where women are only 6.7% of women at the NGT were given speaker awards. Only 9% of them were in elimination rounds, and only 14.2% of them were even at the NGT. This proves that their fairness is absolutely bunk, and all that he rattles off about unpredictability leading to lecture and teams quitting is absolutely disproven by, empirically disproven by the way the debate is now. Furthermore, pull through that we're not actually extra topical. This is only a solvency mechanism. Even if it is extra topical, they've conceded that performance is predictable, which means that they should have plenty of ground, and they still get ground against Morrison. This is the same as the germaneness argument, which means that there's going to be no abuse here, and you're not going to vote against us here. Also, pull through our counter interpretation that overrule should mean to be null and void. we can do this because we moved to overrule the effects of Morrison by declaring it null and void. Our definition means that we should only have to overrule the effects, and this is preferable for three main reasons. First, it's the only one that allows our purpose. They say that they can include our plan, and that they give us even more education than our plan, but this is not true at the point where we've proven that they exclude the necessary discussion of women by attaching it to questions of authority. In addition, it's the only one in context. Remember that they've conceded that the Supreme Court is a symbol controlled by the people. If only the people can act, their notions of fiat and enacting civil remedies just doesn't make sense. This proves that their definition is completely out of the context of the resolution. At the point where they've conceded the Supreme Court coming out of the 1AC, they can't win this debate. And the third reason that you need to prefer our interpretation is it's the only one that allows us to exercise agency by controlling what we do. Our Rahan evidence indicates that this is absolutely necessary to prevent the body from becoming disposable.